Benjamin Nelson seemed like an honest boyfriend battling an insidious disease, but his former girlfriend soon discovered he was telling lies to them all. They've joined forces to warn others. Then they called us.
He told me that he was quite sick, he had chemo coming up.
Testicular cancer.
He had said that his brother had passed away 2 years ago in a motorbike accident.
He just disappeared.
He conned all of us.
Your boyfriend loves you. Ooh.
I came to know Ben on an online dating app, Tinder. He seemed honest, he was so straight to the point, funny, quirky, it was always just so fun to be around.
22-year-old disability support worker Madison Warren fell quite quickly for Benjamin Nelson. He was 29 and charming. Benjamin revealed he was ill. He said he had bone marrow cancer and was soon to undergo another round of chemotherapy.
He didn't have long to live if he wasn't to go through with his chemo. I was very sympathetic. I just wanted to love, I wanted to help, I wanted to support.
Their relationship escalated and soon he'd moved into her family home.
I was taking him down to appointments, waiting out in the car. I'd see him walk into the hospital, he'd come out. It just seemed like he was, a victim of cancer.
On day one of Benjamin's new round of chemotherapy, Madison's father Dave thought he'd surprise him and show up in support. But Benjamin wasn't here. In fact, there was no record of a Benjamin Nelson undergoing treatment at the hospital.
Why would you lie about something like that? And obviously it was to get to our hearts, and he did.
Madison's parents, Dave and Kelly, say they felt incredibly betrayed by him. They'd welcomed him into their family.
It just sickens you to think that someone can be such a convincing liar.
Ben arrived with few possessions, and Madison put his phone plan in her name with a promise he'd pay it back as soon as he could.
He got the biggest phone plan, he whacked on $600 worth of accessories to the plan.
Thanks to her generosity, Madison is now thousands of dollars out of pocket.
I never really physically gave him money, it was more so buying things, so clothes, hats, food, anything like that.
A roof over his head?
Yes, yeah.
Mads is compassionate, caring, so he's seen her as an easy target because she is such a caring and compassionate, and he just seems to be able to play on those people.
Heartbroken, Madison decided to post the details of her ordeal on Facebook, hoping that it would prevent other women from being conned by Benjamin's lies. She never imagined a response quite like this.
The amount of people that were commenting, knowing him firsthand and being victims of this as well. The lies about the cancer, the lies about the brother, lies about what he does, where he's been.
It was shocking because at the time when Maddie was with Ben, I was also with Ben.
Not only was Benjamin Nelson a cheater, but his deception covered a great distance. 23-year-old Samantha Peluso lives in Queensland's Hervey Bay, thousands of kilometres away from Madison. She also met Benjamin on Tinder and even introduced him to her 2-year-old son.
Ben was good with Mason. He definitely played the stepfather figure very well.
Benjamin also convinced Samantha that he'd lost his ID and needed her to put his new phone plan in her name.
Not only was it the phone bill that I had to deal with, it was also $6,000 out of my savings account.
I'm just trying to have a shower, as you can see. Someone comes here.
He had absolutely nothing but the clothes on his back. So I bought him a whole new wardrobe, from shoes to underwear, socks.
Prior to dating Samantha, Benjamin had been seeing Talisha Slack.
He told me that he had a past cancer, testicular cancer.
He also said he'd served time behind bars and had a brother who died in a motorcycle accident. Talisha says she paid for his phone plan, a roof over his head and a range of other expenses.
All up, I'd say at least 10 grand.
After seeing Madison's post, she realised Benjamin had lied about his health to her too. Talisha, like Samantha, resides in Hervey Bay, along with a number of other alleged victims we've been in contact with, But it's not just Queensland and New South Wales where women have been left out of pocket by Benjamin and his tall tales.
I've pretty much been, chasing him for the last 6-7 years. He'd done it just after my dad had passed away in 2013.
Courtney Hale didn't date Benjamin, but they became friends when he was living in Frankston, Victoria in 2013. He told her because of his credit rating, he couldn't get a phone plan, so she did it for him. All up, it cost her more than $2,000. And when she asked him to repay her, she heard every excuse.
I've got cancer, I'm in hospital, I've done this, I've done that, I can't meet up with you.
A Current Affair has spoken to numerous victims who say they're still out of pocket thousands of dollars after dealing with Benjamin up to 7 years ago. Back then, he claimed he had a melanoma and a brain tumour. But we've spoken to members of Ben's family who say he's never had cancer, and they hope that this story will put an end to his despicable behaviour.
We've also confirmed that Benjamin has never had a brother and has not served time behind bars.
So why have you decided to call him out and to tell your story?
I'd hate for anyone else to feel the way I am, and if it means getting on national TV and, raising awareness this way for it to not happen to anyone, then I'll do it.
He needs to be accountable for what he's doing.
Madison's filed a report with police who are now investigating Benjamin Nelson. If you've had any dealings with him, please contact us. The address is on your screen now.